weekend continues in Ohio, where the Braves look to put an exclamation point at the end of a great 6-game road trip. Big hits, big defense, and big arms have the Braves just 2.5 back in the East. The Booms and Brooms are out in Cincinnati as the Braves try to sweep the Reds next on Bally Sports. World Champion Braves Baseball is brought to you by Truist. For one final time here in 2022, we join you at the Great American Ballpark as the Braves and Cincinnati Reds meet in the finale of this 3-game series. The Bravos look to head home with a 3-game sweep on a hot July afternoon. Hi again, friends. Chip and Jeff, great to be with you. Speaking of hot, how about this Braves offense? They have been unrelenting, Jeff, since the 1st of June. They're rolling, still a perfect July, and the hits just keep on coming.
They do, and because of that, 2.5 games behind the first-place Mets right now, and this team has just continued offensively to carry and shoulder the load. It starts with Dansby Swanson at the front. 7 hits in the 2 games here. Of course, we all know what he's done, 40 games. Austin Riley, 2 home runs here in Cincinnati, and of course, Michael Harris, the rookie of the month for the month of June, has continued his great work, and of course, the pitching staff too. 23-7 in the last 30 games, and one of the main reasons for that is today's startee, Charlie Morton, who has done an outstanding job lately, pounding the strike zone. Last time against Philly, a little hiccups with the walks, but other than that, he has been on a strikeout roll here, and you look for him, no better way to get a sweep than having Chucky on the mound.
You bet. The Braves offense licking their chops as they go after Luis Castillo in the series wrap-up. It's a beautiful day for baseball here in Cincinnati. The Braves outfield, defensively, offensively, base running has been terrific for the last 6 weeks. We catch up with Eric Young to talk about how the Braves are getting defensive too as we continue from the Great American Ballpark after the break.
What makes the Freeze so cool?
Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. By the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by USAA. This Independence Day weekend is brought to you by USAA Insurance, committed to the military community. Braves country is out in force in Cincinnati. Atlanta looking for a 3-game sweep. They've been rolling since June 1st. They've been rolling since Michael Harris joined the ball club. We broke that down with Braves outfield coach and first base coach Eric Young earlier today.
Michael has done a tremendous job in settling things down for our whole squad in our outfield. He brings speed. He brings a great aptitude as far as out there, and instincts as far as out there in the outfield. Playing the game, running the bases. He's just got a knack that some things you can teach, some things you can't. You either got it or you don't, and Michael has a lot to do with that.
And so all that's missing at this level, I guess, is that education, because you talked about it. But EY, it seems like he's a very fast learner for a guy that's only had 43 games at AA.
He's a tremendous learner, and his demeanor is so special as well. You know, he's quiet, he's around, he's listening, he's watching other guys. The thing we always tell him up here, not only him, any young player, our grind as an Atlanta Brave don't really start until August 1st. That's the dog days. So we're right now positioning ourselves and getting prepared for the dog days, knowing mentally we're going to be stronger than what other teams are going to be.
So as you get ready for that late season run, running game has been a big part of what the Braves have been doing. Dansby Swanson and Michael Harris are 2 of the best already in the major leagues. What are your thoughts on how they've been running the bases and this Braves team as a whole?
They've been doing it very well. We've had a little hiccups early in the season, but those 2 individuals has been consistent since Michael came to us, and Dansby just been on some type of different level than any other player thus far for our team. Michael was watching and noticing those things because he's constantly asking me, what are you doing with Dansby that you can do with me? So, and I tell him it'd be different things I'll do with you because Dansby is on a different level. However, I'm going to push you because I feel like you're able to comprehend and apply those things I give to you early. So I try not to over flood him with information, but I try to give him the little bit of tips that he will grow upon and keep as with him forever. And I tell you, as base stealers, both of those guys can steal 30 bases if they want. It just depends on if our team needs that. And I'm not sure right now we need 30 stolen bases, or we need those guys to consistently run the bases first to third, tagging up like Michael did the other day and scoring runs that way. So the pitcher, the team, and the flow of our team will dictate how much we run and don't run. If we hot, we don't need to run as much. If we're a little cold when we're trying to manufacture runs, okay, guys, let's get a little bit more aggressive.
He's a terrific interview, a terrific coach, and a manager in waiting in the major leagues someday, perhaps. Eric Young, we thank him for his time. We also look forward to seeing Charlie Morton go to work as the Braves look for a 3-game sweep here on the banks of the mighty Ohio River in Cincinnati. Game 3, Braves and Reds, coming up after this final break.
By Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Georgia Natural Gas, live the greener life, and by NASCAR. Get your tickets online for NASCAR.
We're just about set for first pitch here at the Great American Ballpark. It's been a great trip for the Braves. They have gone 4-1 so far in Philadelphia and Cincinnati, and begin play just 2.5 games behind the first place Mets, whom we'll see on our upcoming homestand. Ronald Acuna Jr. is leading off again at the top of the Braves Toyota starting lineup. Dansby Swanson's had a fantastic series here in Cincy, 7 hits. Olson, Riley, d'Arnaud also hope to get in on the fun against Luis Castillo. He's won 3 games, one of them his last time out, Jeff, but the cautionary tale, he threw a ton of pitches in beating the Cubs.
123 pitches, season high in the 6 shutout innings, struck out 11 Cubs hitters, but agreed, it will be interesting to see how he bounces back with that long of a start.
1-2 this June, 3.20, or in June I should say, this year, with a 3.26 ERA. A high earned run average on his home mound, over 5. So hopefully those things come into play for Ronald Acuna Jr. and company as the Braves look to finish off the sweep. What are the 4 keys to getting that done?
Patience because of that. He's thrown a lot of that. He had 8 base on balls the last 3 games. Get to that pin. The Braves have done great work. Charlie Morton, fill up the zone. 4 base on balls Tuesday night in Philly, kind of got him some trouble. For that, he had none in 2 games.
So here we go, Castillo versus Acuna, and we are underway in Cincinnati. That's down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Ronald, 2 for 7 in the set, 282 average, 7 home runs. And way outside for Acuna, already some patience. 2 balls, no strikes. For the Braves leadoff man who debuted in this ballpark, you might remember, back in 2018. First home run against Homer Bailey on April 26th of that year. And here we go, 3 balls, no strikes. The Braves were dominant yesterday, winning 4-1. The Reds had 1 hit. And Acuna made him throw a strike. It's the first action Ronald has had against the Reds this year. You might recall he was still rehabbing from his ACL injury when these teams met in April in Atlanta. The pitch is downstairs, leadoff walk, and the Braves get the game off to a good start. Made him throw a lot of pitches, 5 in fact, and already Acuna's aboard to start the game.
Look, Castillo's going to get some strikeouts today. He's a strikeout guy, but if you make him work 4 or 5 innings and get to that pen, that's where the Braves have been able to open it up the last 2 nights.
Well, we've said it a couple of times, partner, in this series. Dansby's made up for a little lost time, right? Had an 0-for in Philadelphia, 7 hits in the first 2 games here.
Got robbed on his last at bat yesterday.
So he's seeing the ball exceptionally well. His average up to 305 on the year. Braves in the road grays again as Dansby takes a strike, says Laz Diaz. He's got the plate. 97 and center cut.
It's interesting as Dansby's really started to consistently go up the middle the other way. Now this shift on him has started to soften. Billy, same thing now. That second baseman was right of the bag. Same thing today.
But still a lot of room to work with Acuna leading at first, and Dansby rolls over the top. That one hit to third. Reynolds to second for one, and at first it's late. Acuna's erased. Swanson is aboard with one out, and Matt Olson is coming up. The Reds made a lineup change moments before first pitch. Jonathan India was taken down. Max Schrock is playing second base today. Nothing wrong with India, just a normal rest day, we are told. So the Braves won't have to contend with him unless he pinch hits later on. So here's Olson. Matt has a hit in the series. 5 hits on the road trip, 2 of them home runs. This one popped into shallow center, and the catch made there by Nick Senzel, who tried to deke Dansby Swanson. He's not a rookie. Swanson read that well, and that's a quick second out. So Matt retired on 1 pitch. Swanson also retired early in the count, and Austin Riley is the hitter. This is your hottest guy right now, other than Dansby Swanson in the Atlanta lineup. 7 hits in his last 3 games for Riley, 2 of them home runs. Riley a second inning home run here yesterday, and a first inning home run in game 1.
Yeah, both games, first AB, leaving the yard. See if he can make it perfect 3 in the series. Be a good way to start.
You bet. Braves have hit 119 home runs as a club this year. Riley with 20 of them. 4th Brave of the last 17 years to get to 20 homers before the All-Star break. The pitch. That missed outside. Riley ahead in the count. It's 2-0. Those other Braves with 20 homers through 79 games: Acuna, Freeman, and Andruw Jones. Add Austin Riley to that impressive list. And that one shot the other way. Riley keeps on sizzling. He's got a 2-out hit. Swanson to second, and Travis d'Arnaud's coming up. Man, I love seeing Riley do that.
Yeah, look, against a guy like this, it's a sinker baller, keeps that ball down. Had the right approach. Just shot it the other way. If that ball's a little bit more up in the zone, probably drives that to right center. But keep the line moving.
And keep the pitch count mounting for Castillo, who faces his 5th hitter. Just 11 pitches so far. Here's Travis d'Arnaud, the Braves' designated hitter. He's got a homer on this road trip. Loves the first pitch. Took a shot and sliced that into the sun-splashed crowd off to our right. It's 0-1. Braves have gotten a ton of offensive work from their catchers, d'Arnaud and Contreras. Travis the DH today, Contreras behind the plate. That duo's combined for 20 home runs and 55 RBIs. You'll take that. And that shaved off an outside corner. Good pitch. It's 0-2. Castillo, lifetime 45 wins, 53 losses, but a very good 3.69 ERA as a big leaguer. He's got some traffic here in the Braves first, but 2 strikes on d'Arnaud. And back to the netting foul. So our Blue Moon bright spot is the Braves catcher and today's DH over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's a bright spot for sure. 7 home runs and 19 RBIs since June 1st. Last 15 contests on the road, 300 with 7 long balls.
That almost turned to gold. Foul past Eric Young, and still nothing in 2. Braves on this road trip, a lot of 2-out run production, a lot of 2-strike production. That really started up in June. is why Brian Snitker's club is rolling, just 2.5 games behind the Mets. The next one is no swing. Reds fans in attendance thought d'Arnaud went too far. It was close, but he lives to see pitch number 17.
Nah.
So 1-2 the count. Little dribbler in front of the plate. Papierski pounces, fires to first, and got his man by a step. And that will retire the side. d'Arnaud and the Braves out of luck in the first inning. Here comes Charlie Morton. We head to the bottom of the first inning. As we mentioned in our opening comments, Jeff, who better than Charlie Morton to try to complete a 3-game sweep here in Cincy?
Yeah, Charlie, as you can see here, we're going to do his layover in his pitch arsenal. That curveball's been his best pitch. And then 4-seamer sinker action. And we'll see him sometimes mix that cutter changeup here as we look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Charlie's been on a nice roll the last month and a half.
The Braves have won 8 of the 10 games he has started of late, so he is trending in the right direction. 45 strikeouts for Charlie Morton in June. Interesting stat on that, as Max Schrock gets the leadoff assignment for Jonathan India and the Cincinnati Reds. Schrock batting .167 on the season. And fouled away quickly. It's 0-2. Here's the Reds Toyota starting lineup. It's a different looking starting 9 without the Rookie of the Year Jonathan India in there. You've got to worry about Joey Votto, who's hitless in this series so far. But it's a rebuilding year for the Redlegs, who've lost 10 games in a row here at home. The pitch just missed inside.
Good pitch.
Charlie Morton is the only Braves pitcher with 45 strikeouts in 5 or fewer starts in a single month since the mound was moved to 60 feet 6 inches. That was back in Jeff's rookie year, 1893. So think of all the great pitchers the Braves have had in their history, not just in Atlanta, Boston, Milwaukee, and so on. Nobody has done what Charlie Morton did last month.
It's unreal.
Schrock putting up a fight here. Morton will fire another one with a 1-2 count. Schrock has missed a lot of time, as have so many of these Reds. 63 games were lost with a calf strain for Max. And they've had a lot of big gatherings in their training room. 32 separate injury list stints for Cincinnati. As this ball lifted toward left and curling into the seats, foul. It's 1-2 still. That guy did not dress for the occasion. Long sleeves on a 90-degree day.
No.
Base is empty as Charlie turns it loose again. And a breaking ball strikes out the Cincinnati leadoff man. So Charlie Morton, 92 strikeouts on the year so far. There's the first out of the game for him.
Man, that's where he was trying to get that curveball earlier. Start out over the plate and back foot. Schrock was able to hang in there and foul off the first few. That one did the job.
Charlie Morton, lifetime against the Reds, 7 wins, 8 losses. He's got a winning record in 10 starts here at the Great American Ballpark, and beat these guys on April 8th. Gave up 2 runs in 5 1/3 innings. So Donovan Solano is the second place hitter for the Reds. He's the Cincinnati third baseman today. Popped him up. And playable in shallow left. Dansby Swanson puts that away quickly. 2 men are out. Both these clubs had a few hitters get plunked in games 1 and 2. And both teams came away very lucky yesterday. Adam Duvall was hit on the hand, had to come out of the game. He went back to Atlanta. We're told there is no fracture in Adam's hand. That's wonderful news. And Kyle Farmer, who was hit with a 101-mile-an-hour pitch on the hand yesterday, also, Jeff, came away without a broken bone.
It's unbelievable. Neither of those guys anything longer than just, you know, a bruise or, I mean, both those guys got hit right on that edge of the hand.
Tommy Pham, the hitter. Feast or famine series for him. 3 hits in game 1. Tommy wore the collar 0 for 3 yesterday, but did walk in an eventful 9th inning where the Reds loaded the bases without a hit, but a flyout ended the game. Knock on wood, good start for Charlie so far.
Say, beautiful backdoor two-seamer there.
And Tommy Pham stays alive.
Shows you how good this Braves offense is. When we showed the lineups, 7 out of the 9 hitters for the Braves have an 8 for an OPS to begin with. The league average is something like low 7s or something.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Charlie Morton with a couple of strikeouts in a very impressive and efficient 1-2-3 first inning. Let's see if the Braves can break through. No score after 1. Ground chuck off to a good start at the Great American Ballpark. Man, Braves country has been out in force all weekend here in Cincinnati. So great seeing all the fans and Braves faithful outside the team hotel. We got to sign autographs, interact with all the folks from across the Southeast. This is such a convenient hop to Southern Ohio for Atlanta fans everywhere. And they are having some fun as the Braves have won the first 2 games of this 3-game series. Marcell Ozuna, William Contreras, and Orlando Arcia are coming up in the Braves' 2nd inning. Atlanta threatened, couldn't break through in the first. Scorched towards short. Reynolds fields and fires, and Votto to a knee made a nice play. Ozuna's retired, and he is out number 1. After we leave town, we'll become big Cincinnati Reds fans. They take on the New York Mets in their next series. They will run into Max Scherzer, who will return from the injured list and pitch here on Tuesday. Contreras 9 homers, 19 driven in. And a strike. Williams 2 for 3 against Castillo in his big league career.
Good changeup. I don't know where this guy's going to go, but he's going to make some team happy at the trade deadline, I think.
He's got the fastball changeup combo. He just hasn't had a great deal of control. Walked the leadoff man Ronald Acuna Jr. to start this game.
Thing is, when you can, yes, it's tough to pitch that way, but when you have strikeout stuff like he is, you can get guys in scoring position and get that strikeout.
Well, it makes you wonder with his stuff, Jeff. Last year, he went 8-16. He led the National League in walks and losses.
Yeah.
Those 2 things usually go hand in hand. But he's too talented to be an 8-16 pitcher. This one again to short. Top spin. Nice play. And Contreras plays Pepper with Reynolds again. 2 quick outs. But the big problem, I guess, for the Reds is this. If you trade Miley, if you trade this guy, you already have the worst ERA in the major leagues.
Well, I'll tell you, with this,
what do you do
with this guy? You're going to get a haul back, though. So I mean, that's,
you're going to get a haul, but are they going to be major league ready players? Are they going to be guys that you have to wait a year or 2 to develop? Because it's somebody's got to start for you. And
you're right.
This guy's arguably their best guy. And already unloaded many of their well-known stars. Winker and Suarez went to Seattle. Tucker Barnhart is in Detroit. And I'm sure there are a lot of scouts here watching Castillo pitch as the trade deadline approaches in the next 4 weeks. There's a strike to Orlando.
He's got a big arm. I mean, sitting 98.
And there's the fastball. Arcia didn't get that, and that's Castillo's first strikeout. It's a good duel so far. Nothing after 1.5. Baseball is brought to you by Truist. Castillo and Morton looking sharp in the early going of Game 3. No score. Joey Votto, Mike Moustakas, and Albert Almora are coming up against the veteran Braves right-hander Charlie Morton with a couple of strikeouts in his first inning of work. Morton threw just 14 pitches. That's always important to keep an eye on as Votto takes a strike. Joey is 0 for 7 in this series. Don't see that too often when you face the Cincinnati Reds.
Two older players right there. Votto telling him, my fault. Charlie, take your time.
He's matched up a lot. 35 head-to-head appearances. Votto with 11 hits. And that shaved off the inside corner. 0-2.
What a good cutter. Wow.
Laced down the left field line and into the stands. The Reds faithful will battle for that souvenir.
Think about Charlie the other day in Philly, if you remember, Chip. 4 walks, had trouble finding the strike zone. Looking a lot different this afternoon.
Tried that inside corner again, and Votto spit on that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Charlie 4-3. That ERA is slowly but surely trending in the right direction. In rotation for the Braves. Tried to get Votto to go fishing. Didn't happen. And it's 2-2. Reds have struck out 59 times in their last 5 games in 1 inning. Again, this could be a favorable matchup for Charlie Morton as Votto smokes that to center. Harris on the run and gracefully makes the play in front of the Cincinnati bullpen. Well, what a security blanket for any starter it is when your center fielder is as good as Michael Harris is. That will impact your pitching staff. That's our GNG Impact Players of the Game.
Yeah, so impressive. Last 25 games on the road. Starters with a 3.61, relievers a 2.37, and the Braves are 6-3 in their last 9 road series. And again, when you have defense like that, let them put the ball in play and let them go to work.
Another chance for Harris in center. Quickly 2 out as Moustakas jumps on the first pitch. Charlie will take as many of those outs as he can get. 2 away.
Well, that's the thing too now that you're over there, you're in the Cincinnati dugout. Okay, Charlie's throwing strikes. We do not want to get to 2 strikes with him because of his strikeout stuff. So you get aggressive early maybe. Well, then you make first fly ball outs like that, and it's 21 pitches. He's got a chance to get out of here with what, 23, 24 pitches in 2 innings.
That's a pace you like, especially on a warm Cincinnati day. Here's Almora. He's 0 for 7 in the series and takes a belt high strike.
And you got 4 important games coming up at home with St. Louis. Max 7 innings, Spencer 6. You can get 7 out of Charlie. Talk about being a bullpen's best friend.
And Kyle Wright will get the starting assignment for the Braves tomorrow night on the 4th of July. Dakota Hudson for the Cardinals. First pitch 7:20. Can't wait to get back to Atlanta. Wind blowing in today in Cincinnati. And fouled back to the screen.
Does that really matter?
Well, I was talking with Charlie about that yesterday. He said, you know, pitching here with the heat, the humidity, the wind does factor in and how his ball moves. And that's the challenge for a visiting player, obviously. You've got to be on from the first pitch, whereas the home team pitching 10, 12, 15 times on their home mound has a much better idea of how their stuff plays. And I don't know if the wind affected Joey Votto's ball, but he stung that.
Yeah, he had a good, it was just a line drive, though. You know, it's one of those things, like it's any carry, probably gone.
The 3-2. Lined into left and right at Ozuna. And Charlie Morton has 2 perfect innings. Harris, Acuna, Swanson coming up, no score.
For a lot of guys on this team. So what do you have to do to get to the All-Star game?
I voted myself in once. That didn't work.
Go to braves.com/vote. Make it happen.
Yes, indeed. Get to Braves.com, MLB.com. Vote for your Braves to get to Los Angeles to represent the National League. Brian Snitker will skipper the senior circuit squad out in L.A. And there are so many worthy candidates. And who knows, maybe this young man someday will get All-Star game consideration. He's already, Jeff, as you said, the reigning Rookie of the Month.
Yep. I would think he will.
Michael 0 for 6 in this series, but hitting .308 overall for Atlanta. 4 straight retired by Castillo. And he's quickly ahead 0-2. Love my chat with Eric Young in that we talked about the instincts and the raw natural ability that Michael has displayed in his early days as a big leaguer. As that one didn't stick, he'll see another swing. What amazes me and really has amazed Eric Young and his coaching staff, Jeff, is how quickly he has handled a very steep learning curve for a team that's expected to win.
Yeah, well, and I think, you know, as a coach, I can only imagine talking to guys before. You see young guys come up from the minor leagues and, you know, you realize the ones between me and you that you can you need to talk to every day, and then the guys that, look, they have the it factor. They got, you know, the instincts. And I think Michael's that guy that, look, you kind of just put him out there and get out of the way. Let him go be an athlete and make the plays that he's done.
Strike 3 inside corner. And back-to-back strikeouts for Castillo. That's what he can do. He can paint in, out, up, down. And he has retired 5 men in a row. Now we go to the top of the order, and Acuna, who walked in, was thrown out on a ground ball in the first inning. He's our Inside the Numbers feature brought to you by Hyundai.
Well, no surprise when he plays. See the team record 30-15, plus 69 in the run differential. The team is 16-18 when Ronald is not in the lineup.
So Castillo loath to throw an Acuna strike. You can understand why with 7 home runs. And that ball stayed outside. Said Las Diaz. 2-0. Here's your count. Great honor for Acuna, leading vote getter in the National League. He's done that a couple of years in a row. The last player to do that, Albert Pujols. As this ball is popped into shallow center, it's going to drop for a soft single. Acuna will take that. He's aboard for a second time. And the Braves start a 1-out rally here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Well, it's a good job staying inside it through it. I know it's 2-0 count. You want to see the big hit. But that's been the pitch lately that has given Ronald trouble. You know, even we talked about when you're out 3, 4, 5 games, your timing gets thrown off, and you can see they're really pounding him on that inner half with the fastball. Good to see him flip one out there.
Dansby reached on a forced play. Acuna was thrown out at second base. He's got the right side to play with. Pitch. You've said that a couple of times. I think that might surprise fans to hear. You know, you miss a couple of games and you're just a tick or two off when you come back. It's interesting.
Well, and especially for him. Yeah. These other guys had a spring training, even though it was short. Did this? He kind of got thrown into the mix. You know, he was on that play a game, off a game, play 2 off. It just, he has not really been able to fully in 3 months get consistent time out there. And so I think for him, you've seen the flashes, you've seen him, but you've also seen a little bit of the struggles. And I think that's when he gets to start getting in there every single day. That's when it's going to get dangerous up there.
And we're approaching 2 weeks or so of the 12-month anniversary of the ACL injury. He's going. Good jump. Swing and a miss. The throw to second by Papierski is way late. And Acuna in scoring position. Something else we talked about with Eric Young. If you're struggling to make solid contact or hit the ball out of the ballpark, this team is capable of winning the game on the bases. And that's an excellent start for Acuna.
Well, look, there's plenty of days here. There's no need to run, Chip. You just hit the ball high and let it fly. When you're facing a guy like Castilla today, you know that runs could become at a premium. Now you have Dansby and Olson both with a crack to drive him in.
1 ball, 1 strike for Dansby, who didn't get it. Great stat on him in the Braves PR notes today. Last 162 games for the Braves shortstop. A .283 average, 28 homers, 100 runs batted in. Also scored 96 runs.
Yeah, that's doing everything really well.
And that doesn't even talk about his defensive excellence. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not to be this time, as Dansby couldn't catch up to 97-mile-an-hour heat. And Castillo with his 3rd strikeout. 1 on, 2 outs, and Matt Olson, who swung at the first pitch and popped up as your hitter.
Well, that should tell you how good Castillo's fastball is, because he just reared back and threw 3 right by Dansby, who's one of the better fastball hitters in all the league.
And hey, look, the Reds may be having a bad year, 25 games under 500, but this might be their playoff series. This one in the Mets, right? You want to show the world champs you can play with them. As that's whacked foul to the right side.
Think about it, the last 2 days, it's both games going to the 7th inning have been 2-1 ball games. Difference is the Reds had to go to that pen, and they weren't able to hold the Braves down there.
One of your keys was be patient. Castillo's thrown 41 pitches with 2 outs here in the Atlanta 3rd. He threw 123 pitches in his last start. That came against the Cubs. There's that ball into the 2nd deck, and Olson quickly behind. 0-2. Matt protects, and that's skied off to the left. And on the ricochet into the stands, a fan from Moorhead, Kentucky makes the grab. And it stays 0-2. If Matt hits one right at Ronald, we'll be in business. The pitch. Tough to do it with that one across the shoe tops. 1-2 your count.
Well, the hard thing is when you come here like this is to keep that approach that's been so good. We saw Matt really drive that ball to left center in Philadelphia, even though he pulled 2 home runs. No matter how many times you tell yourself stick with the approach, you get here and you see that short porch in right field. It's easy to pull off.
Just did stay alive there.
And you can see how Castillo's how he's working Olson right now. He's working everything on the outer part of the plate. 2 seamers running off, changeups. The only pitch he threw in this at bat was that changeup, which was more for show.
Acuna, good lead at second. And on the ground right toward first, Joey Votto will flip to the pitcher covering. And that ends a Braves 3rd inning threat. No runs, a hit, a man left. Charlie Morton back to work, scoreless. An 8-9 hitters, Senzel, Matt Reynolds, and Papierski the catcher. And a big breaking ball floats over to Senzel. It's 0-1. Fans, get your phones ready to scan the Coors Light check in to chill QR code. That's coming up on our broadcast in just a few moments. That's popped out of play, foul. Quickly 0-2.
Great sequence already here. Drop that big hammer on him on the first pitch and cut her off the plate at 90. A lot of different options Chuck can go to now.
Look, we don't know how this game's going to turn out for the Braves or Reds, but one thing you know, when you see Charlie Morton consistently getting ahead of hitters, that's an excellent sign.
Yeah.
When he has struggled, it has been ball one, strike one, 2-1 counts. And look at that ball come back. He takes care of Senzel. It's 7 straight Reds hitters retired, and it's looking a little like Spencer Strider's game yesterday for the Braves right-hander.
Well, all of a sudden you haven't seen a fastball yet. You get 97. Look at the movement coming back over the corner. And you got a veteran umpire, Chip, and Laz Diaz behind the plate, who is going to be hunting strikes.
So Matt Reynolds is the hitter. He's the man assigned shortstop spot with Kyle Farmer out with that sore hand. I doubt Kyle would even be able to grab a bat today. Braves are also without Adam Duvall, so no advantage for either manager. They're playing a man short here in game 3 of the series. Reynolds 0 for 2 against the Braves, hitting .245. Pride of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Matt Reynolds.
Change up.
Love it.
Yeah.
Mix it up. Give him something else to think about as he sprinkles that in this first time through the order. 3 strikeouts. Everything else has been popped up or hit on the line against Morton in the first 2 innings of this game. He's trying to extend the Reds' losing streak at home to 11 straight. It's their longest since they dropped 11 in a row when they played at Riverfront Stadium. On the ground, chopper foul. That was back in 1986 when they built this ballpark. They built it right next to Riverfront, and when the stadium was going up, you could see the remnants of the old ballpark and the new ballpark at the same time. That was interesting and unique. Riverfront played downhill with the AstroTurf and the Big Red Machine, one of the cookie cutter stadiums.
That's kind of like Busch.
Yes. Second one in St. Louis.
Yeah.
The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Morton. He has retired 8 in a row to start our game. So as promised, fans, take out your phones, scan this QR code on your screen. It's your chance to check in to chill. Coors Light's pricing out the ultimate Braves experience by treating you and a guest to Coors Light decorated hotel room located in the Battery, Atlanta, and tickets to a game. The only thing that would make that promo better is if Jeff delivered room service for the lucky prize winners. See if we can work on that as Michael Papirski digs in and takes a strike. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball, thigh high, right on by. Reds really missed their young catcher, Tyler Stevenson, who's out with a broken thumb. He's about to go, if he hasn't already, on a rehab assignment. The Atlanta kid, good looking young player. Wish him well. As Morton breezes through the Reds in the 3rd inning, he just struck out the side. Can't do any better than Charlie Morton did in his first turn through the Reds lineup. He's perfect through 3. Through 3 in Cincinnati. Austin Riley has had 2 big days here against the Reds. He's hit 2 homers. How about one right here in the 4th inning, Jeff? That's our racetrack fueling up feature of the game.
Why not? Riley absolutely crushed the ball in this current road trip. 421 with 4 extra base hits and 5 RBIs. He's done good work against the NL Central in his career, and just under half a season at 80 games, 19 homers and 299.
And a lot of Central teams coming up. We've got the Cardinals next as that ball's hit on a line to third. Solano to his left robs Riley. 1 pitch and 1 man out. I mean, it is such a razor's edge as a hitter. I'm sure you would agree, Jeff. You want to be selective, you want to be patient, but you get a good pitch to hit. You don't see many against a guy like Morton or Castillo.
No,
and you get robbed like that.
Yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, you hit the ball hard, and that's all you can do.
Travis d'Arnaud is up next and takes a strike. He tapped out to the catcher. In the Atlanta first, d'Arnaud gets the designated hitter duties for the Braves today. Who knows how many more games this man will start for Cincinnati. He's looking now. The price keeps going up. The 0-2 pitch is driven toward right. Almora long run near the line and the netting, makes a leaping try, slams into the wall, and is mad he didn't catch the ball.
He had it. I think he had this in his glove. Or did he just whiff it?
It looks like it just missed the leather. Right off the end of the glove.
Tipped it.
And off the top of the padded wall, so it's a strike 2. Now this ball on the ground. And Reynolds will scoop and fire. Castillo rolling along. He's retired 2 quick hitters. And Marcell Ozuna, the batter, he's 0 for 1. The Braves have left 3 men on base in the game. The Reds don't have a base runner yet. And the way Charlie's going, to quote the great Tom Glavine, just get me 1 run.
Yeah.
The way Charlie's pitching, Ozuna certainly capable of doing that. And now he's getting the inside corner call. As Diaz, as you said, veteran umpire, he's hunting strikes.
Absolutely.
Swing and a drive deep left. Ozuna does do that. A long home run into the second deck. And with 2 outs, the Braves strike. It's 1-0 in the 4th.
Well, Chip, if you remember, Marcell on the plane Monday told us, Philly and Cincy, I need a couple home runs. He's been held in check for the most part when it comes to that. Not today.
That's up where Ronald hit his first home run as a big leaguer. That was not a cheapie. It would have been out just about any place else. He barreled that ball, and Castillo knew it. Only the 5th home run that Castillo has given up this year, and only the 2nd to a right-hand hitter. As this ball is down the line, Almora slides to a stop on the warning track, and he'll hold Contreras to a hard hit base hit with 2 outs. So the Braves have a couple of knocks the other way, righty. And that again will push up the pitch count here, giving Arcia a chance to add to a 1-0 Braves lead.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Let him supply all the power, stays through that ball even as it was running back in. Good play by Almora to cut it off, keep him at a single.
Arcia has seen Castillo a lot back to his days as a Brewer. This is his 30th at bat. And Orlando has 11 hits head to head with this man. That's tall cotton. Arcia started play today at .269 with the average, 3 homers, 16 RBIs. 4 of his ribbies have come against the Redlegs. Trail 1-0 on an Ozuna home run. That one off to the right. Jeff, I'm giving you a chance. Where's this fan from that's going to catch that bouncing foul ball?
Williamstown, West Virginia.
Reds a great regional draw. We saw some big Braves fans from Williamstown before the game. I'll bet that's exactly where they're sitting. Good homework, partner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Best prep in the game.
Pitch count beginning to climb for Castillo. That will be important to watch. Get into the Reds bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. Castillo gives up the homer and a single with 2 outs. And the Braves get a first run in this ball game. Marcell Ozuna now 15 home runs, his 4th hit on the road trip. Charlie Morton's got a lead. He's perfect through 3.
Hyundai Sunday, presented by your local Hyundai dealers.
Well, the Braves hope to Santa Cruz home with a 3-game series sweep. Ozuna has given Charlie Morton an early lead with a solo blast into the 2nd deck in left. And now Charlie back to work after striking out the side. 9 up, 9 down for him, Jeff, in the first 3 innings with 5 strikeouts.
Well, he has been on the attack. To have 5 strikeouts like that, only 40 pitches. It's good work.
Max Schrock put up a fight in the first inning before Morton got him with a sweeping breaking ball. You know, Jonathan India, a rest day for the young Reds second baseman. Schrock, Solano, and Tommy Pham are coming up.
Man, that curveball today is on point for Charlie.
The 1-2 pitch popped up and playable for Austin Riley in foul ground. Reaches up, puts the ball away for out number 1. 10 in a row for Morton to start the game. And before Donovan Solano comes up, let's enjoy a quick message from Zaxby's.
It's the new Signature Club with bacon and cheese, remixed by Zaxby's.
Only thing that looks better than that is Charlie Morton. 10 up, 10 down to start. He got Solano to pop up into shallow left his first time up.
I don't know. I love Zaxby's, though.
Who doesn't? I mean, come on. 1 ball, no strikes for the Cincinnati third baseman. A rare 2-0 count. Got the lights on here.
It's tough to see. You see, that's his arsenal today so far.
There's a strike.
It's clear as can be.
It must not be hot enough for the hometown team. I don't think I've ever seen that. There's no shadows to speak of. That's interesting. The pitch, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Maybe they're trying to help the Reds see spin because they've had all kinds of trouble with that in this series with the Braves. Now 62 strikeouts for them in their last 5+ games. That's headed toward right and no play.
Talk about a tough draw. You come in, you get Max Fried the first night. Strider, who you've basically never faced.
Right.
2 innings of relief, and then you get Charlie on the last day with his good curveball.
Well, that's the way things were really fun for the Braves in their 14-year divisional run, right? There were some series you get one of them, some you get two, but if you drew the bad card and got all three, might have some trouble. The Reds have certainly done that so far this weekend. The 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. 11 straight retired by Morton, 6 of them via strikeout.
We used to do that with Philadelphia. You see, look at this curveball. I mean, just off the table after the slider, the pitch before that cutter. Whew. Yeah, we used to go to Philly, get Halladay, Lee, and Hamels, you know, about a week before you'd start looking where it lined up. And hey, I'm going to miss that guy. And then it'd be a rain out the night before.
Stay hot, yeah. Right? Tommy Pham, and back out of play. Yeah, when that happens, about all you can look forward to in a matchup like that is the cheesesteak in Philadelphia. Those guys were awesome. Fouled back, and Charlie way ahead, 0-2. And Ozuna homer and Charlie Morton, all that the Braves have needed to this point in Game 3. Braves have not swept a series here of 3 games or more since September of 1995. The 0-2 pitch. Didn't chase it. Blazing fastball off the plate. 1-2 the count. And Jeff, if memory serves, 1995 was a pretty good year.
Yeah, I think so.
For the Braves. This has been historically a tough place for the Braves to play. The pitch, swing and fouled away again.
Well, I think it was one thing you'd come here, Chip, and they might not have had the greatest of pitching, but you'd come here, they score some runs now.
Right.
And that was, I think, the difference was they used to come here and you might lose games 9-7.
Yeah, the other guys hit last.
Yeah, exactly.
1 ball, 2 strikes with Votto on deck.
And you come here, you get Dunn and Griffey, Jay Bruce, Brandon Phillips.
Charlie ready, and his 2-2 pitch. Ooh. Big curveball, just missed the inside corner. Had it found the mark, he had Tommy Pham locked up.
Good call by Lazo, just missed in off the plate.
Morton has not yet been in the stretch, and still won't be. High hopper to second. Little extra work, but Tommy Pham is retired, and Charlie Morton is perfect through 4. Call your friends. Special game in Cincinnati where the Braves lead 1-0. At the end of July, the 29th through the 31st, when the Arizona Diamondbacks are in town. The festivities will include the Alumni Parade on Friday, Home Run Derby, and Braves Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. Alumni autographs on Saturday the 30th, a live broadcast of Behind the Braves podcast on Sunday the 31st. All the details are online. Can't wait to see you join us at Braves.com/Alumni Weekend. Joe Adcock, Leo Mazzoni, and Joe Torre will all be inducted into the Braves Hall of Fame. It's always a special event, as the National League's oldest continuously operating franchise will celebrate 3 of its greats, something that was interrupted because of the COVID pandemic. It'd be great to see those guys present in Atlanta. As Michael Harris is retired to start the Atlanta 5th. Braves lead 1-0 on an Ozuna home run. Ronald's been on base twice. His first action on the road trip came here in Cincinnati. Remember, he fouled a ball off his foot back home and was sore for a few days. But he's got a stolen base as well today, so everything looks like it's feeling good for the Braves right fielder. And the overall votes leader for the National League in the All-Star balloting. He will be a starter for the National League. The man that hopes to join him representing the senior circuit is Dansby Swanson. He waits on deck here in Game 3 in Cincinnati. The 2-0 pitch is launched off to the right, where fans from Oxford, Ohio will battle for that souvenir.
Same thing last at bat. Ronald got a 2-0 pitch. He was able to kind of fillet it to right field. That one just missed.
Line drive the other way. Acuna's got 2 hits. Almost the same exit velocity, almost the same type of hit for Ronald. But boy, what a great sign that is.
Well, you can see Castillo knows that's the place to go in right now to get him. But Ronald, another great job. Look at this, same pitch as you said, Chip. Pretty much same outcome for Ronald.
Good work by Senzel to get over quickly. Let's see if Acuna's going to try to steal a base here early in the count with Dansby up. He struck out on 97-mile-an-hour heat his last time up. Braves have 5 hits in the game. They lead 1-0. Castillo ready, short lead. He's going, first pitch. It is a strike. The throw to second is late. And Acuna has his second stolen base. He's up to 15 of them on the year. And now the Braves have 2 more chances to add to their 1-0 lead. So a 2-steal game for Ronald. And now Swanson with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. 46 RBIs for him. Little tapper that is going to advance the runner, but that's going to cost the Braves out number 2. Matt Olson's coming up. Acuna at third, 2 outs.
I think it's funny you having that interview with EY today. Braves not really try to steal too much early in the series. Felt comfortable with the matchups here, knowing that you have a tough guy on the mound a little bit, trying to make things happen. I think it is true. You look at Ronald, you look at Dansby, you look at Michael Harris. Those guys, if they want to steal 30 bags, can easily do it, but it's got a call for it too.
Well, yeah, I was going to say this team is not built like the 82 or 85 Cardinals, right? They're not going to have 100 base stealers on their team.
But I think it's a good point. There's a right time to do it. You know, and today for Ronald, it's twice. And now with him being at third, look, a pass ball, anything, you get a run.
A little more pressure for Papierski behind the plate as that buzzed the tower inside for Olson. 1 ball, no strikes.
It's a perfect chance now. There's a massive gap in left center for Matt right here. If he can find a way to get one of those, you know, sinkers running away and line it right over the umpire's head in the gap.
Over but low. It's 2-0. Castillo with 69 pitches as he starts his 3rd trip through the Braves lineup card. Got that one called. And it's 2-1. Love that shot from behind home plate. Each major league ballpark has its own unique and distinct architectural features. That shot shows you the riverboat. Of course, on the Ohio, we've got all the barges sailing by, the riverboats, the paddle wheelers go by from time to time beyond the right field grandstand. Nothing like baseball in the river towns. The pitch. Good cut, fouled back. It's a full count.
Matt had a good rip at that pitch. 3-1, got ready for the fastball, just a tick under.
Acuna, a gigantic lead at third. Payoff pitch. And popped back and out of play. Olson, a team record 31 doubles before the All-Star break. And by team, I mean franchise team, going all the way back to the Boston days. He's on pace for 64 doubles. The record is 67 in a single season. That was set back in the 1930s. Another pop fly. He's going to try to force Castillo into a mistake here. As the Braves piling up the pitches now. Castillo coming off 123 of them in 6 innings. He's about to make his 75th on a steamy day at the Great American Ballpark. Acuna's halfway home at third as Olson shoots this one into shallow center. Senzel on the run, still coming, and he's going to get there. And that will retire the side. The Braves can't bring home Acuna, but still lead 1-0 as Charlie Morton goes to the 5th. Complete a sweep here in Cincinnati. Charlie's trying to win his 5th game. And partner, you can't do any better than he's done in the first 4 innings against the homestanding Reds, can you?
No, he has attacked the zone. Curveball's as good as I've seen in a long time today. 57 pitches. No walks and 6 Ks.
You'll take 40 strikes and 17 balls, won't you?
Yes.
As Joey Votto really leaned into 1 ball, no strikes for the Cincinnati first baseman, who hit the ball hard and lined out in the 2nd inning. That's the hardest hit ball the Reds have had today, and there haven't been many. They've struck out 6 times. That's again 2 innings of no contact out of the first 4 trips to the plate so far today. Big shift on for Votto. The pitch. No swing. That kicked up some chalk in the batter's box as it skimmed by. 2-1 the count. Change up.
Yep.
When he throws that ball, you can just see the parachute pop out.
Yeah, and you're so used to 96 as a hitter for that. So honestly, when you see it kind of floating like that, your first thought is shut down. And so if Charlie can almost just throw it for a strike, it's almost a free strike for him.
So he's back even. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Joey Votto. And that's fouled away to the on deck circle where Mike Moustakas waits next. Full count. Charlie missed there, and let's see if that inside corner maybe sets up the changeup again. Overcooked a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And Morton working at a very brisk pace. 3-2 count. And there's the first Cincinnati base runner. That spoils the perfect game bid. Votto leads off the 5th with a walk in a 1-0 game.
Yeah, he kind of overcooked that curveball on Votto.
So we always wonder how a starter will fare when they don't go to the stretch until the 5th inning in a close game. We're about to find out with Moustakas up. He popped up early in the count in his 2nd inning trip to the plate, so he's 0 for 1. Votto and Moustakas, 2 of the big dollar guys left on this Reds roster. As that ball's in the dirt to even the count. Don't know if Moustakas will have trade value. He's had an injury-plagued season and is owed a lot of money for the Reds next year. Joey Votto's a 10-5 guy. He could veto any potential trade, but he too has a high price tag. 1 ball, 1 strike. And 1-2.
Good fastball, top of the zone yesterday. If you remember, Strider was able to go up there with Moustakas and get him on that high fastball.
That looked like a strike. Didn't get the call. 2-2. Somebody's chirping down there. That was a pretty good pitch. So a swing on the house for Moustakas. Perhaps it's a 2-2 count. Double play depth up the middle for the Braves. Almost a non-existent lead for Votto as Moustakas swung and missed a back foot breaking ball. Morton with 7 strikeouts has retired 13 of the first 14 hitters, and now Albert Almora comes up with 1 out.
He said, if I can't get the one looking, I'll just throw the back foot at 82. That's a good big league hitter missing that pitch by a foot.
And as we said earlier in the series, Max Fried does that. Charlie Morton can do it. Spencer Strider, heck, did it yesterday. He can change speeds with that breaking ball and make it a couple of different pitches. Almora lines out on the first he sees, and 2 men are out in the 5th. And here's Senzel, who struck out looking, part of a strikeout of the side for Charlie back in the 3rd inning.
That's why it's so valuable, like I said, to get those first pitch outs like that sometimes. He had a long at bat against Votto. Moustakas ended up working you to 2-2, and then you're able to get that 1 pitch, 1 out.
The last 15 2/3 innings of this series, the Reds have 1 hit.
And it was a bleeder by this guy yesterday for an RBI.
And he was fired up about it. Got the Reds within a run before the Braves subdued them. 4-1 the final score. Senzel hit 8th yesterday. He's batting 7th today. They just picked off Joey Votto. Charlie Morton has faced the minimum through 5 innings. He has yet to give up a hit. Everything going right for the Braves. Another base running mistake by the Reds. Let's see if Cincinnati challenges this call at first. Apparently not. That's the inning. We go to the 6th. Austin Riley leads off. It's 1-0 Atlanta in game 3. Here's the pickoff play. Votto wandered too far. Charlie caught him leaning. No real suspense for Charlie Morton in this game. He has yet to allow a hit to the Cincinnati offense, which was 1 hit by 4 Braves pitchers in game 2 yesterday afternoon.
It's interesting how all 3 of these games have kind of gone the same way. Low scoring. And then the Braves have been able to get to that Reds pen. See if they can find a way this inning to possibly get Castillo at least close to getting out and getting to that pen.
Well, Mike Minor went 6 innings. Tyler Mahle went 5. He'd love to get Castillo's pitch count into the 90s here, as he went 6 innings in his last start. Riley 1 for 2. He has singled and he's hit a bullet to 3rd. And he hits another one, this time out of reach of Solano and into the left field corner. Riley around first on his way to 2nd, and the Braves have a runner in scoring position leading off this time in the 6th inning, looking to extend the lead. Double number 18 for the Braves third baseman.
Look at that, third time today. He's hit all 3 pitches at Castillo's throw. Last time Solano robbed him glove side. This time he's able to get it past him for a double.
Well, let's get him over and get him in. d'Arnaud has hit the ball on the ground twice and is 0 for 2. Ozuna, the home run hitting man, waits on deck. Pop fly toward right. Riley's thinking about tagging. Almora backpedaling, makes the catch. Austin thinks and then thinks better of it. So d'Arnaud tried to advance him. Looked like Riley thought about it, but Almora got to that ball in pretty good shape and no advance, 1 out.
Yeah, this is one of those decisions that, quite frankly, your third base coach can't make for you. You got to make, you got to kind of see. And Riley decided it wasn't worth the risk with Ozuna and Contreras coming up. I just think it's one of those things, a base hit, you're going to score anyways. You want to let him out of that double.
What's the base runner reading on that play?
I think more than anything is how he's going to catch the ball. First of all, knowing if they have a good arm or not. Almora, okay. But like you said, you want to know, okay, are they behind that ball? So do they have that momentum coming in? And it's tough because, like you said, it's a, I mean, you got 3 seconds to kind of decide what you want to do.
1 ball, no strikes. Ozuna has the only RBI in the game, a mammoth home run. And that pushed him off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, I know if you were out in right field, there's only one man that would try to challenge you, and that's Luis Gonzalez. Who's probably watching this game. It's one of the great memories of years gone by when Jeff threw out Gonzalez twice at the plate in the same game. Swing and a shot hit towards center. Senzel will backpedal. This time Riley will hustle to the bag, and he's going to advance on a slide. That would have been deep enough to get him home had Riley tagged up and made it successfully to third base. We'll never know if he would have, but he's at least 90 feet away now, though, with 2 outs and Contreras coming up. Park's playing a little bigger today with that gentle breeze blowing in from left center field. Braves have done a good job with 2 outs. Their run came with 2 outs today. Chance for Contreras to extend the lead. And a strike at the belt. Oh, what a rip. And back out of play. Our fan from Dahlonega, Georgia, made the trip all the way from the Peach State up to Cincinnati today. Let's see if the man with the golden gloves here can protect with 2 strikes. William Contreras. Riley at third, 2 outs. Good stop. It's the first time we've seen Papierski face the Braves. He's done a nice job behind the plate in this series.
Yeah, I mean, defensively he is done, but they're definitely missing Stevenson's bat from an offensive standpoint.
One ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. That hurts. The Braves got a leadoff double. Could not add to the lead. Charlie Morton goes to work in the 6th, still leading by a run. Mayhem moment of the game, and nobody's been bigger in the moment today than Braves starter Charlie Morton.
No, he's been outstanding. Again, he keeps at it up. 7 Ks. He only blown a shot walk last inning to Joey Votto. Been in complete control. There's been 1 hard hit ball, really, and that was a line drive for Almora. 10 the second to Ozuna. Otherwise, Charlie has been filling up the strike zone.
So he's faced the minimum. He has yet to allow a hit. He has struck out 7 Cincinnati Reds today, including Senzel, Reynolds, and the Reds catcher Papierski, all of whom are coming up for a second time in the 6th inning. Senzel played as a pull hitter on the Atlanta infield, and that missed high and tight. It's ball 2. Little pop. That should be a can of corn for Matt Olson, and it is. Soft contact, and there is out number 1. Soft contact and strikeouts, Jeff. That's a good combo for a starter.
That's what he's had, some first pitch outs, and of course he's had some strikeouts here. 5 on that curveball today. They only won the 4-seamer to Pham up top. Otherwise, look where all those pitches are. Away and down to righties and back foot to lefties. No way to lay off that pitch.
Matt Reynolds with 1 out. No shift for him. That ball backed up a little too high for 1 ball 1 strike. Paul Burt has talked about it quite a bit. Over the course of a 32-33 start season, there are days, 4 or 5 of them, when a starting pitcher goes out there and they have superhuman stuff. It appears today is one of those days for Charlie Morton. And I don't care who you're facing or the state of another club and their record. These are major league players, and he's approaching it like a veteran major league pitcher, taking nothing for granted and throwing strike after strike so far in this game. But a dangerous pitch now, 3-1, and he took it, full count.
See, that's where, to me, if you're a Reds hitter, you've got a 3-1 count and you just got a fastball there. You got to be on the attack. Now you're 3-2 and you can get anything.
And he comes back to strike him out. That is number 8 for Charlie Morton. 2 away in the 6th inning.
Perfect example. You let the 3-1 fastball go, and you get the 3-2 hook.
So Morton with 45 strikeouts last month. His first start in July is at a blistering pace. If you wondered, 12 strikeouts is his season high. 14 is his career high. This one slowly hit right side. Charlie's got it. He'll race to the bag and preserve the no-hit bid. Papierski is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Morton, who has faced the minimum through 6 innings. He leads 1-0 as the Braves look to sweep Cincinnati. USAA in Sunday in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nick, you're on probation. We don't like those kinds of updates. We want to hear when the Mets are losing, right?
Give us something. Give us another game break. Something else.
Well, we'll see the Mets soon enough. Nick doing a great job in the studio for us. We'll talk to him in the 7th inning with our stretch feature, as this matchup has lived up to billing. There are your Eastern standings up to the minute. The Braves 5 games ahead of the 3rd place Phillies, 2.5 games behind the Mets. Closest the Braves have been since the first 2 weeks of the season. A remarkable run for the Braves, which started with the fantastic month of June and has continued so far in July, where the Braves are 2-0 so far. They lead 1-0. A little more insurance wouldn't hurt with Arcia, Harris, and Acuna coming up against Castillo, who buzzes the tower and evens up the count. Back our way, Jeff. Oh, just out of reach. Oh, so close. Just like when the dinner check comes, Jeff's arms proved to be a little
God
too
bless,
short.
I should have had it. Oh, that would have been great.
Unbelievable.
I gator armed it.
You did. It's unbelievable. Like I said, just when the dinner bill comes, some things never change. As Arcia, that fouled off of the catcher, Papirski, who's all right. Right back at you. Off the bat of Arcia, your first and only opportunity this year. As the next pitch, then, a lot less fun. I don't blame you for pulling up at the last minute. That ball came in pretty hot.
No,
it left a mark on
I misjudged it
on the facade of the press box. But you hung in there like a pro. The pitch is cut on and missed, and Arcia is strikeout number 6. Michael Harris is coming up, but first a quick word from Texas Pete.
Welcome to the tribe. The Texas Pete tried and true. Texas Pete, sauce like you mean it.
Braves have left 6 men on base in this game. 4 of them in scoring position. But they lead 1-0 with Harris up. And Michael didn't get that ball cutting in on his hands. Tell you what, Castillo, for throwing a ton of pitches in his last start, doesn't look like he threw more than 90 in his last game.
Yeah, he is a big kid though, so I mean he's built to, even with the 123 go look at before that, 103, 110, 111. So I mean he's used to being in that 100 mark.
Knees a strike. It's 1-2 for Michael,
and he's not slowing down as you saw that pitch. Nope. 99.
Well, and that's, again, there are scouts here watching this game. And I'm sure they are scribbling furiously in their notebooks about what we're talking about. No drop off in command, velocity, throws a lot of pitches, durable, and is keeping his team in the game single-handedly because the Reds don't have a hit yet. And he's only given up 1 run at the Ozuna 2-out solo home run. That one 99 miles an hour. Castillo peers over that glove and back to work. On the ground, but to second. That's scooped up, and the peg to first by Max Schrock takes care of Harris for out number 2. We welcome you back to Hyundai Sunday, the Braves and Reds from the Great American Ballpark. Chip and Jeff with you this afternoon. We're without our colleague Kelly Kroll, who again is under the weather this weekend. Hope to get Kelly back when we get back to Atlanta. Kel, we miss you. Hope you're feeling better today.
Hopefully you're resting up watching us on the couch.
Ronald digs in. He's reached base all 3 times today. 2 singles and a walk. He's also stolen 2 bags.
Last 2 times up, he's gotten 2-0 counts because right there Castillo's gone slider and changeup on him, try to give him a chase and got to 2-0.
Right now for both of these offenses, there is nothing for them to eliminate from the opposing starter's arsenal. Castillo ready with pitch number 100. And Acuna didn't get it. This is mono versus mono here. 99 miles an hour on his 100th pitch. Base is empty for Ronald. Deuce is wild. 2-2 pitch. And it's low. Ball 3.
Well, Ronald all day has laid off that off speed to Castillo way. So if he's going to get him out right here, he's going to have to throw something in that strike zone. See if he tries to come with that 99 again. It's been his best pitch all day.
I want to see Ronald time it, hit it off the scoreboard. 3-2 count. Swing, fly ball, hit well to left, but he just missed it. And that will retire the side.
Just got in on him a little bit. Otherwise, you would have got your wish.
So in a moment, we will send you to the stretch presented by Georgia Natural Gas. Nick Green is standing by along with Peter Moylan back in our Atlanta studios. But with the Braves and Reds playing on a sunny summer Sunday here at the Great American Ballpark, Cameron Corvée will step into the fray and honor America with a rendition of God Bless America. It's a beautiful day here in one of America's great river cities, as the Braves and Reds wrap things up this afternoon for the final time in 2022.
Cameron Corvée as he leads us in the singing of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Great job breaking down Charlie Morton's terrific start. Let's delve a little deeper. Our Zaxby's indescribably good play as we head to the home seventh.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty good. 6 innings, only 1 walk. Devato, 8 Ks, 81 pitches, 53 strikes, and he's staked to a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 7th.
He has faced the minimum. He goes to the top of the order. Max Schrock gets things started on the ground, and that breaks up the no-hit bid. And Schrock with a single, didn't want to get to 2 strikes. Represents the tying run as Morton will again go to the stretch just for the 2nd time in the game.
And the day and age of the shift, who would have thought it would be just a little ground ball up the middle, right at the umpire. Well, the thing is, as excited as you are with how Charlie was doing, now Charlie's still got to bear down. It's a 1-0 ball game right here.
Well, that's the point I was making earlier. All those opportunities against Castillo, tough as they may be, Braves haven't cashed them in. So the Reds have the go-ahead run in the batter's box with Donovan Solano, who's 0 for 2 in the game. I've seen the Braves be aggressive on the base paths with Acuna. Let's see if David Bell tries to take some liberties with Max Schrock at first base in a 1-0 game.
Tough thing is, Charlie gets that fastball to the plate quick. So if you're over there at first base, you have a chance to run. It's one of those, though, you got to feel like you can pick a breaking ball count to go.
One ball, 1 strike. Luis Cessa is up in the Cincinnati bullpen. Nobody's moved a muscle for the Braves. Nor should they, as well as Charlie's pitched a 1-hit shutout to this point. And that one driven toward right. Heading for the corner. Acuna reaches up and makes a great play. That ball kept curling and tailing away from Ronald, but he never gave up and made a nice grab for the first out.
Yeah, you could tell he had a nice beat on this ball, but it did. It kept tailing away from him to the line. It's one that you're hoping doesn't just slice right on it, but Ronald, and good job getting himself under control. This is what people don't look at, the little things, and getting it back in case he was to go back and tag. Good job keeping it at first.
Tommy Pham is up. Double play in order for Charlie. The pitch. Here's a strike. The other thing, Jeff, and I thought the key to getting that ball in fast was Acuna was able to stop. He didn't have to slow and then turn. It looks like that knee is looking stronger and stronger for him. One out of play off to our right. It's quickly 0-2 to the Cincinnati outfielder Tommy Pham. Two-strike pitch. Struck him out. Number 9 for Charlie Morton. And action is beginning in the Braves bullpen. Dylan Lee is up.
What a sequence. First pitch cutter. Second pitch, he got his pitch, the fastball, fouled it off, and then you come back with that curveball at 83. So you're seeing 89, 96, 83. Good luck.
Contreras will go out and give Charlie a quick breather. That allows Dylan Lee a couple of extra warm-up tosses here. There's the Cincinnati bullpen. Now it's Kunal and Jeff Hoffman. Sessa was up earlier. Now it's a different set of right-handers for the Reds, who bring Joey Votto to the plate. Votto has walked and lined out. 1-0 Atlanta the lead. Curled around the plate, and Votto wasn't biting. 1 ball, no strikes. Lee might be up to come get Mike Moustakas if Votto somehow prolongs the inning. And a beautiful breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, good pitch. Not one that Votto's looking for on 2-0, and he's able to steal a strike, get back in the count.
Joey Votto right on top of the plate. And he threw it there again. 2-2. What's Votto looking for here?
Not that pitch.
You're right. Charlie a strike away from sending us to the 8th inning. I don't blame him in a close game. Not one pitch to Votto, whom he picked off in the Cincinnati 5th. Max Schrock sent scrambling back as he stands at first with 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Charlie Morton has struck out 10 men. Joey Votto is hitless in this series, and for the 3rd time in Charlie Morton's career, he's gone 7 complete, allowing 1 hit or less. He's been brilliant. Braves by a run with 2 innings left in Cincy.
In between innings, Brian Snitker, Charlie Morton having a little talk. Thought maybe Charlie might try to talk his way in there, but after that last inning, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, 94 pitches. Looks like that's going to be the end of the day for Chucky. What a performance for him. Our starters this series, Chip, have been outstanding.
They've struck out 25 men in 3 games.
Wow.
Max Fried struck out 4 in 7 innings of 1-run ball. Spencer Strider 11 strikeouts, 6 innings of 1-run ball. Charlie Morton no runs in 7 innings.
Yeah.
As Jeff Hoffman now strides in from the Cincinnati bullpen. He's given up 5 homers in 4 games against the Braves, and if the pattern holds, this is where Atlanta's made hay in this series. Close games until they busted open against the Cincinnati bullpen. Right guys are up, Swanson, Olson, and Riley.
Braves were able to put a run off Hoffman on Friday night.
Swing and a shot down the left field line. I would think, and I'm just asking, it has to be a shot of adrenaline when you get starters out of the game like Castillo and Morton. I don't care who comes in out of the bullpen. You've got to feel like you have a better chance.
You do. You feel a lot more comfortable. And now, you know, they got an opportunity to add to this lead and make it a little easier on the Braves bullpen for the 8th and 9th.
Hoffman ready. And a breaking ball is squibbed foul past first. And Dansby quickly behind. 0-2. Mentioned the troubles the Reds staff as a whole has had. The bullpen for the Reds, a 5.67 ERA, worst in the major leagues, and over 7 earned runs per game in the month of June. And so that's got to be heartbreaking in and of itself, Jeff. You fight, you stay in the game, you're a hit away from maybe breaking it open and getting a lead from the Reds' perspective, but then your pen comes in and all your hard work is for naught.
Yep.
Against this Braves team, 7th, 8th, and 9th innings is where they have really shined in years past, as Dansby chased that one up and out of the zone. 4 out, number 1. 7 Braves have struck out in today's game. Our Bounty quick stats is that work against opposing bullpens. Let's check it out as Matt Olson comes up with 1 out.
Braves have dominated the relief pitcher. 7 comeback wins, 4th most in the NL. From the 7th inning on, and that time since June 1st, Olson 333, Michael Harris 333, and Austin Riley 18 RBIs from the 7th inning on.
Base is empty for Matt. And that's pulled foul past EY, who wisely got out of the way. That was coming in hot. And EY says, nope, too hot to handle.
I'll let it go.
I don't blame him.
It's kind of what I did up here.
So disappointed. No balls in a strike for Olson. And that caught the corner. Matt didn't think so. One ball, 2 strikes. The Braves and Cardinals start a 4-game series in Atlanta tomorrow. The Cardinals play late tonight. They face the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park.
Hopefully they go to 13 innings.
Yep.
4-hour and 38-minute game.
Yep. Like the way you think.
Get a little delay on the tarmac for an hour.
Yeah, forget to put gas in the plane. And then they'll run into Kyle Wright tomorrow night. Dakota Hudson will pitch for St. Louis. There's the 2-2 pitch coming for Matt Olson. And here it is. It's high. The last hurrah in Atlanta for Albert Pujols, who's back for his final season with the Cardinals. Adam Wainwright won't pitch against the Braves. He's pitching tonight.
Yeah, good matchup though. Wainwright, Wheeler tonight.
The 3-2 sharply hit and through the shift into right center field. Matt Olson has a hit. It comes with 1 out, and that's his 2nd hit of the series. And Austin Riley is up. He's got a 2-for-3 day.
Got the changeup up in the zone. Second time both hits for Matt this series have gone right between that hole.
Is it too much to ask for another Riley double here?
Or a bomb.
That would be good too.
Make it a clean sweep. One in game one, one in game two.
4-game hitting streak for Austin. 9 hits in that stretch. The pitch. He tried to hit it out to left and didn't get it. Strike one. Austin down to his last strike as the wind picks up, blows a little more briskly toward the right field corner here. Wilson a short lead. The pitch. High, towering fly ball to center, but that's going to be playable for Senzel, who drifts back. And he puts that in his pocket for the second out. Matt Olson back to first with Travis d'Arnaud coming up. But first, a quick word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Everybody excited to get on our Delta Bird after the game this afternoon for a long homestand. 10 games. Cardinals, Nationals, and then the Mets. Then a 4-game series in D.C., and that gets us to the All-Star break. Travis looking for his first hit. Hits this one in the air toward left, but not well enough. And that will retire the side as Tommy Pham surrounds that. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Braves are in the bullpen. They're in business, leading game 3, 1-0.
Delta Airlines. Keep climbing. And by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Charlie Morton was spectacular today. He faced one more man than the minimum through 7 innings of 1-hit shutout ball. Jeffy struck out 10. As the Braves look to sweep the Reds, they enjoy a 1-0 lead. The MLB Ballpark app completes your next visit to Truist Park. Buy managed game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. It's Colin McHugh, first called out of the pen for the Braves. Colin pitched here the other night and was terrific. A shutout 8th inning following Max Fried's work. And all McHugh has done since coming back from COVID, Jeff, is throw strike after strike.
He has. Showed his ERA the other night on the road. He's been outstanding this year. And again, you face Morton, 95, 96, big curveball. Now you get 88, cut, sink. Just such a different look.
Moustakas the lefty, then Almora and Senzel to follow. 10 Reds have struck out in the first 7 innings of this game. And this one slowly hit. That is a foul ball, almost right over the bag, but Olson covering the line as you'd expect. And a harmless foul makes it 1-2 for Mike Moustakas.
That's pretty close. Well, it looked like it was going to hook a lot more early, and it kind of just hugged the line.
Colin ready with his 1-2. And this one foul again at first. Moustakas down on strikes for the second time today. There's out number 1. And Almora the batter. Bases empty. 1-0 Braves. Another quick message from Zaxby's.
It's the new Signature Club with bacon and cheese. Remixed by Zaxby's.
Almora has flied out and lined out. He's the only Red yet to strike out in this game. Let's change that, shall we? It's not to be. A line drive to center. So there's the tying run for the Reds. Only their second hit of the game. One more than they had in game 2 of the series. And now here's Senzel, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out.
Pretty good piece of hitting, ball above the zone, but Almora threw the hands at it nice.
Don't want a big inning here in the 8th inning, because you don't want to have to face Joey Votto if you can avoid it. 1-on-1 out, 1-run Braves game. Line drive right center field. Harris on the run, diving try, knocked it down. What a play! What a play to keep that ball in his glove. If not, you got real problems.
And you are not lying. If that ball bounces and gets past him, you have a triple and a run scored. Great play by Michael Harris. Wow.
Clearly a trap, but a great lunge to freeze Almora at second base. So Cincinnati, with back-to-back hits now, has the tying run in scoring position, and Reynolds coming up. 1-0 Braves. 3 hits for Cincinnati now. The pitch. Strike. Brandon Drury's grabbed a bat. He's in the on-deck circle. The Braves would like a double play here and get out of this inning with the lead. Reynolds struck out twice against Charlie Morton. Austin Riley hugging the line at third base with a right-hand hitter up. Double play depth for the Braves up the middle. And that one is slung and swung on and belted into center field for a base hit. Almora is going to come home and score. And the Cincinnati Reds, with 3 straight hits, have tied the game at 1. Well, that's a heartbreaker. No chance for Charlie Morton to win the game. Now in the 8th inning, the Reds, with 1 in, 3 straight hits, have tied it up.
Credit to these Reds hitters. You see them all calling likes when guys are trying to get out front, pull it, and all 3 of these balls up the middle.
So now you got to work hard with Drury up. Drury 16 home runs. He is 0 for 7 in this series and has struck out 5 times. So new life for the Reds in the 8th inning. We're tied 1 apiece. All this trouble after Moustakas struck out. Almora, Senzel, and Reynolds all single. Reynolds with his 15th run batted in. Driven toward right center field. That's going to get down and go to the fence. That's going to put the Reds in front. Streaking around is Reynolds. He's going to score. Drury has doubled home a pair. And the Reds, with 4 straight hits, have taken a 3-1 lead. So our T-Mobile coverage cam, David Bell pushes the right button. Drury was hitless in the series, came up with the biggest hit of the series for Cincinnati right here.
3 balls up the middle, this one the other way. And with this double right here, Chip, believe it or not, it's the first extra base hit the Reds have had in this series.
Wow.
25 and the 3rd innings.
So Max Schrock, who broke up the no-hit bid for Charlie Morton in the 7th, is up. And as we mentioned earlier in the game, Castillo did a great job of keeping the Reds relevant. His team was being no-hit. He gave up 1 run. The Braves left a small island of runners in scoring position in the game. And you'd love to have those runs in your pocket at this point in the proceedings, as Ozuna handles that for out number 2. We look ahead to the 9th inning. Ozuna, Contreras, and Arcia, the first 3 that'll be coming up. So here's Donovan Solano. Rough outing for Colin McHugh. 3 runs, 4 hits, and now 2 outs. Solano had a hit taken away by Ronald in the 7th inning. A terrific running catch into the right field corner. That's fouled back to the screen. It's an even count. One ball, 1 strike. That's hammered foul off to the right side and out of play. It's 1-2. Biggest decisions managers have to make is 1, trust your starter, and 2, decide when he's had enough. Snit made the call after Morton struck out 10 men in 7 innings. McHugh came in, got the first man, but then 4 straight hits and 3 runs later, the Braves on the short end of a 3-1 game, as that's tipped at the plate foul. When the pitching change works, everybody looks brilliant. When it doesn't, everybody immediately says, why'd you take him out?
Yeah, and Colin McHugh's been such on a roll that when he came in, you saw that versus Moustakas, got that first strikeout. But for him, it kind of fell apart after that. Just 4 straight hits for the Cincinnati Reds.
Now take a 3-1 lead. The Braves have 3 outs left when we get to the 9th. We're not there yet. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And upstairs, it's 2-2. I'm sure Snit will be asked about that by the gathered media here in Cincinnati, whichever way this game turns out. And we'll hear from Brian on Braves Live, presented by Xfinity. Braves have already won both series on this road trip. And as we told you, in this ballpark, same as in Philadelphia, holding a 1-run lead against any club in a hitter-friendly park is a tough order. And today, Colin ran into one-out trouble.
Something the Braves have done a great job is tacking on those runs today. Just were not able to do it against Castillo.
Little pop, foul ground, and Olson is there, and that retires the side. Brandon Drury with a 2-run double gives the Reds a 2-run lead. Last call for the Braves in the 9th.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by the GMC Sierra heavy duty truck and by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet only from Xfinity.
As we welcome the St. Louis Cardinals to Atlanta for their lone series. All 3 games, 3 of the 4 games, I should say, will be with us on Valley Sports South. Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Wainwright, Molina, Pujols. It'll be a star-studded affair as the Braves and Cardinals meet for the first time this year. If you're coming out to the ballpark, that series presented by Emory Healthcare. 4th of July fireworks show tomorrow. All-Star poster giveaway on the 5th. Brian Snitker's bobblehead giveaway is on the 6th. And if you haven't acquired your tickets, some are available at Braves.com/tickets. Another great rivalry meeting between the Braves and a National League Central foe. And now we'll take aim at Hunter Strickland, who's 4 out of 4 in save opportunities, and quite frankly hasn't had many chances for the 26-51 Reds, who are trying to break a 10-game home losing streak.
Yeah, pitched for the Brewers in the NLDS last year against the Braves, made 3 scoreless appearances. Hard thrown righty.
Ozuna, the only Brave to touch the plate. His homer in the 4th inning gave Atlanta a 1-0 lead that stood until the Cincinnati 8th. So Hoffman and McHugh, the pitchers of record at this point. Strickland's trying to pick up his 5th save. One ball, 1 strike. What a Strickland feature. What makes him a successful big league
He's
pitcher?
got a little bit of sink on that fastball, 95, 96. You know, used to throw about 97, 98. And he's got a good little slider there that you saw on that pitch.
Pitched in regular season play against the Braves this year. As Jeff mentioned, his playoff work last year. He went 1 2/3 for the Reds back at Truist Park. And look, this Reds bullpen, as we said, 2nd most walks issued in the National League. If you're patient, one of Jeff's keys, you might find yourself in a spot where they help you pull off a 9th inning comeback.
Good eye. Yeah, I mean, when you're down 1 or down 2 like this, you got 6, 7, 8. Find a couple guys find their way on, and you bring Ronald up with a chance to maybe gap one to tie it or even put you ahead with a long ball.
So I would think a very small strike zone for Ozuna here. 3 balls and a strike. He's ahead. No shift for Cincinnati. The Strickland pitch. Swing and a drive. Hammered down the line. We've got a 1-run game off the facade of the 2nd deck. A 2-homer game for Ozuna. He's getting ready for the Redbirds.
Yeah.
Braves have out-homered the Reds 5-0 in this series. And now we're a bloop and a blast away from taking the lead.
That ball was hammered. That's what happens when you lay off that 2-1 slider. Strickland's going to come to you. Last thing he wants to do is give you a free pass. I mean, that ball was exactly where Marcell wanted it.
So the Braves are down 1. Nobody out in the 9th inning. Contreras has one of the Braves' 8 hits today. And tried to tie it up with that swing. Didn't get it. And we showed you the graphic earlier in the game. The Braves work against opposing bullpens. We've talked for the last 5 years about this team having an unbelievable ability to hit opposing 8th and 9th inning men. Ozuna has just done that. And a paint job. Catches the outside corner. That was thrown with some anger. It's 0-2. You get another runner aboard, barring a double play. You bring Acuna to the plate at some point in the top of the ninth. Mike Ford is on deck. He's getting loose. Left-handed bat for Arcia, who is 0 for 3 today. 3-2 Cincinnati.
Yeah, and right here with Strickland, look, that big slider for Contreras. You set your sights, Chip, up the middle. It helps you lay off that pitch. And if you get that fastball, trust yourself that you can throw the hands at it. But you can tell already that's how he's trying to get Contreras out, is everything away.
Be a thing of beauty if he could guide one between Joey Votto and the first base line. There's a lot of room there. Big gap in left center. He can aim one toward the Cincinnati bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Strickland. Here it is. In the dirt, ball 3. With every passing pitch, the pressure mounts on the Reds reliever, whose lead is now 1 run.
Yeah, he knows who's lurking. He knows where he's at in the order.
The 3-2. Strike 3. Contreras said that was inside, and Laz Diaz rings him up. Contreras drops the bat in dismay instead of ball 4. Wow. The catcher's glove movement, I'm sure, is what Contreras saw, and there's the first out. Was it a strike?
Man, that's a tough one. I get it's right there, but when you're set up all the way away and you have to move that far.
So now the Reds have the first out of the 9th inning. Mike Ford is coming up. He's walked in 1 career plate appearance against Hunter Strickland. And look, it pains you to say it. According to that graphic, even with the catcher miss and the missed spot, it looked like it was a strike, but you can understand why Contreras doesn't swing at that. So it's a 1-run game with 1 out. Ford for Arcia here. Another left-handed bat, and Michael Harris on deck. A strike. Mike's seen some playing time in this 2-city road trip. See what he can do with the Braves down a run. 2 outs left. He's down 0-2. Hot smash, but into the shift. 2 out. Well, this young man stepping in the batter's box has rescued the Braves in so many ways in his first 6-7 weeks as a big league player. Can he keep the game alive and bring Acuna to the plate?
A tough break for Ford. That ball was hit well, just right at the shift. And now, as you said, Michael has a chance here to get on base to keep the baton going with Ronald, or one swing he could tie this ball game up.
Michael's got power too, so don't underestimate him. He's looking for his first hit in the series. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Harris has hit a long homer to tie it up. Look at that Braves dugout. 2 homers in the 9th. And the Braves are back from the brink. We've tied it 3-3.
Get you some, son.
Woo.
First pitch spinner. Michael said, I wasn't leaving Cincinnati without a hit, much less a home run. Wow.
That was not a cheapie either.
No, that ball was more than halfway up that right center field.
425 feet, the tail of the tape. The Reds bullpen implodes again. The Braves have tied the game. Another 2-out run in this series. All 3 Atlanta runs solo homers. And now Acuna is up. And the Tomahawks are out at the Great American Ballpark. It's just amazing, Jeff. This team never gives up.
No.
They play a hard 27 outs. What a moment for Michael Harris, who did indeed bring the Braves back from a 3-1 deficit. Atlanta with 2 homers in the 9th inning.
It's just a first pitch spinner. He knew it too.
Yeah, he knew it.
Yep.
The fans back in Atlanta loving that. Now Acuna in the driver's seat. 2 balls, no strikes. Popped up back toward us. Adonis Garcia, the new catcher for the Reds, has no play. It's a 2-1 count. We don't always win, but they always seem to give Braves country a finish. Three solo homers, 2 by Ozuna, 1 by Michael Harris. Two and 1 for Ronald now. High strike. Didn't like it. Big strike zone for Las Diaz in the 9th inning. He rung up Contreras on a borderline pitch. That one borderline went to the pitcher. 2-2. Strickland ready. Swing and a hammer job a mile high. Think he was ready for it?
Yeah, maybe.
Just a little early. And look at that Braves bench, man. They are in this game.
Again, you got to the bullpen and might not have got it in the 8th, but you got it in the 9th.
Crowd oohing and eyeing as Acuna fighting hard with 2 outs in the 9th inning. If he can reach, you've got Dansby up. The right-hander ready. Here comes the 2-2. Way outside. Overcooked that. Big league managers and sports writers often think alike. Both hate leaky pens.
Now 3-2. We saw what happened when he threw him the fastball on 2-2. See if he sticks with that slider, try to get him to chase or even catch looking, because if he throws that fastball, it could get loud.
Let's find out. Here's the payoff pitch. Popped up. Foul ground, plenty of it. Acuna head down, knows this one's going to be caught, and it is. Ozuna leads off the 9th with a homer. Michael Harris hits one, 20 rows up in the bleachers in right to tie this game with 2 outs. Braves are playing long ball at the Great American Small Park. They come back from a 3-1 deficit to tie it 3-3, heading to the bottom of the 9th. What a game. Michael Harris hits a home run to tie this game for the Braves. Couple of changes for Atlanta as we head to the bottom of the ninth inning. First things first, it's A.J. Minter. He'll come on and face Pham, Votto, and Moustakas. Those are the scheduled hitters for David Bell's Reds. Arcia was pinch hit for with Mike Ford grounding out, so Phil Gosselin will take over for the Braves in his spot. He's the new Atlanta second baseman.
Well, that's a smart move by Snit here, bringing A.J. Minter. He's considered your closer here today. But with the Braves tying this up 3-3 and the way the Reds' pen is, Chip, he got 3, 4, 5. He knows if I can get through this inning, I like my chances to win.
Tommy Pham starts things off. And yeah, you're right. Give up a run here, the game's over. So you might as well send your best guy out to live another inning and take a chance.
Middle part of the lineup right here.
Right. So this battle of the bullpens. It's A.J. Minter's turn to pitch with Tommy Pham leading off. And that shaves off the corner. It's 0-2. Pham is 0 for 3 in this game. 3 for 10 in the series. He has struck out in 4 of his last 6 trips to the plate over the last 2 games. Good try. Put off the plate. It's 1-2. And the Braves without Kenley Jansen. Can't wait to see Kenley back at the ballpark tomorrow night. He's working through that irregular heartbeat that sent him to the injured list. Minter and Will Smith sharing the closer's duties for the Braves, which look is a terrific option for any big league manager to have more than one guy available to close games with experience. A.J. Minter saved the first game of this road trip up in Philadelphia. The pitch is tapped foul and bouncing towards Sal Fasano. When we get to the 10th, because we're optimistic sorts, Swanson, Olsen, and Riley are scheduled for the Braves. Minter's going through the 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Reds here in the 9th inning. A lot on the line here. Braves trying to sweep the Reds and keep pace with the Mets, who are winning this afternoon. The pitch had it by, but got a piece. He's throwing hard. 98. He is pumped up. One ball, 2 strikes. Crowd quiets as Minter turns it loose, and a chopper is going to sneak through. A 2-strike leadoff hit. Good battle won there by Tommy Pham. Fought off a couple of pitches and bounced a 6-hopper through to start the 9th.
See how smart this is by Dansby, though, Chip. Watch this. See how he pulls the glove back, doesn't try to go for it. In case he was to nip it, kick it out of the way, and you get a double, let Ozuna get it. And that's one of those. Good pitch by A.J. Just Pham put in a hole where couldn't get it.
Joey Votto. He's 0 for 5 against Minter and has struck out 3 times in his career. It has not been a good offensive series for Joey Votto, and for me, Jeff, I don't know about you, that's what scares me the most. At some point, Votto's going to figure it out. We hope that comes when the Mets are in town. Game's on the line. What makes baseball so beautiful, it always seems to come down to the stars who decide it. Runner goes. They've got him picked off with a good throw from Olsen. Bad throw dropped. Minter had Pham picked off. He slides in safely. Let's hope Dansby's all right. He went back to reach for that ball, and he's slow to get up. Last minute lunge by Swanson as Olson's throw carried his glove toward the outfield, and he's still down on a knee. That's why he got kneed in the rib cage. His fan popped up after the slide concluded.
Yeah, man, they had him.
A good throw would have been the first out. Now for Votto, a hit could win the game. One ball, no strikes. Jonathan India has grabbed a bat. He's in the on deck circle. And would pinch hit. Remember, India was taken down moments before first pitch.
Now, the only good thing with that is if you can get Votto out here, if India comes up, you can walk him if you want. That run doesn't mean anything.
Moustakas, a left-hand hitter, scheduled next. Let's see how it works out. Even count. Strike outside corner. Perfect pitch.
98 painted away.
Now it's Joey Votto's turn to mutter. As we said, it's been a bigger strike zone for Laz Diaz late in this game. Cost Contreras a strikeout. It just cost Joey Votto a strike. Again, a 1-2 pitch for a red hitter. Good lead at second for Pham. The 1-2 pitch. Lifted to the left side. That's the Sunfield. Ozuna coming on. Dansby's there. Riley is there, and nobody can catch it. A swing on the house for Votto. We couldn't tell if Riley was calling for it. Ozuna pulled up as Austin reached for the ball. Dansby was 3 or 4 strides away as well.
Typically, that's your left fielder's ball right there. Again, you saw Marcell shielding the glove from the sun, so I don't know how well he picked it up. But with your third baseman and shortstop going so far back, you usually want the guy coming in to catch that ball.
So a free swing for Votto, perhaps, with nobody out, and the winning run at second in a 3-3 game. And a good stop. If you're just joining us, you missed a pitching masterclass from Charlie Morton and Luis Castillo. The two starters in today's game combined to throw 14 innings. They allowed 1 run with 16 strikeouts, 10 of them by Charlie Morton, who gave up just 1 hit. After the Reds rallied for 3 in the 8th, the Braves got 2 solo homers to tie it in the 9th. And that's fouled away by Votto, who is trying to hit that into Kentucky. It's still 2-2. At the very least, Votto wants to get this runner to third base.
It's hard, though, when he's working that outside corner on you with fastball at 98 and cutters at 92.
The best arms in the Braves outfield are in center and right. That's Harris and Acuna. A.J. readies and again fakes towards second. The 2-2. Man, what a tantalizing pitch. And again, Votto's run means nothing. If you lose him, you set up a double play. You've got a right-hand hitter cold off the bench. It's not ideal.
You got him set up now. You want to try to get this punch out. Whatever it is, you throw your best pitch right here.
So a full count for the Reds' first baseman. Joey Votto's had a great career, a near 300 lifetime hitter, 13 walk-off hits in his Cincinnati career. Minter working him very carefully, as you'd expect. The pitch. Almost hit him. So all that does is add another base runner. It's really the same situation. You've got the winning run at second. Now 2 are aboard. There's nobody out. And Votto walks for the second time in the game. India will come on and pinch hit for Moustakas. He's coming in cold. Maybe a double play or a strikeout here is in the offing from A.J. Minter. India's a fast runner, right-handed hitter, 1 for 8 in the series. And a couple of strikeouts. He's hit the ball on the ground a lot against the Braves. Minter could use a ground ball here. Braves think he's going to bunt, but he didn't. Strike 1.
No, I think in this situation right here, you got India, Moore, Senzel, 3 righties. You're going to try to take a chance and get a knock. Van, pretty good speed out of second base, so it'd be tough on a ball to the outfield to throw him out.
India has hit into 2 double plays. He does not have a sacrifice bunt. And he wore one. Minter hit him with a cutter right in the rib cage. So that changes the calculus in the 9th inning. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Ow, that had to hurt. Oh. Snit's going to come on out and try to talk what they want to do here in the infield. Obviously, you're coming home, but
wonderful to see the 5 infielder play. So a leadoff single on a 1-2 count. The Braves had Pham picked off, but could not complete a relay throw cleanly. So he reached second on the steal. Votto, a long sequence, walked. Minter then drills India. And the Reds have the bases loaded with nobody out. With the winning run for David Bell's Reds 90 feet away. It's been a week and a half plus of misery collectively at home for them. They're trying to snap a 10-game home losing streak. And Minter versus Almora. The Braves bring the outfield into Little League depth. The infield is on the cut of the grass and playing in. On the ground, and the Reds win the game. Turnabout was fair play in game 3 of this series, Jeff. The Cincinnati bullpen had struggled so mightily today. Colin McHugh and A.J. Minter gave up 4 runs in an inning plus no sweep, but still a winning road trip. The Braves come home 4-2 in Philly and Cincinnati.
Yeah, a little chopper through the infield. That is tough right there. You got to make a play. You can see Austin could try to dive, just wasn't able to snag it. It's a shame you wasted Charlie Morton's just beautiful start to the Reds defense. Castilla pitched really good. It was only a 1-0 game. But credit Marcell Ozuna, Michael Harris sending it to the bottom of the ninth. Minter, who's been so good, and really McHugh too, just today did not have it.
So the Cincinnati Reds walk off in the ninth inning. They spoil the Braves' hopes for a 3-game series sweep. That man, a 2-homer game. He's heating up as the Braves now head home for the 4th of July celebrations, which begin tomorrow night in Atlanta, with the St. Louis Cardinals coming in for the first of a 4-game series. Great road trip for the Braves. They finish at 4-2. They'll start a long 10-game homestand at 6:30 tomorrow night here on Bally Sports. For Jeff Francoeur and our entire crew, Chip Carey, we thank you for joining us. Reds win at 4-3 in the bottom of the ninth inning. We will see you back home tomorrow and on Braves Live, presented by Xfinity Next.